What's up, friends? It's Scott Kumler, your real estate coach and team leader. In this video, I'm going to break down why who you pick for as a sponsor will be the most important decision that you will ever make when deciding to join eXp. Now, before I begin, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I've got more training tips and podcasts coming for you in the future. And if you want to talk about what a partnership with me looks like, text me at 623-387-2688 or schedule a Zoom meeting with my calendar link below. Now let's get going. Now, like I mentioned, I'm going to talk to you today about why who you choose as your sponsor is extremely important. Because one of the things I always talk to real estate agents, as I'm talking to agents about joining an organization, is I'm talking to them about that their experience with eXp is going to be highly determined based on who is in their upline. And that's extremely important. So when you are looking at joining eXp, it's important that you interview different uplines to find out what type of value that they provide. Because, for example, if you just know a friend, it's with eXp and they're like, hey, come on over, you should join us, right? You might go in that person's downline, but if they don't have anyone above them in their upline that provides value to you, then it's not going to really have an effect on your experience at eXp. It's not going to be very helpful to you, right? So every upline is not created equal. Every upline is different. Some uplines, you might join their downline. They might charge you for coaching. Some uplines, they might provide different types of values for different type of coaching training materials, and so the upline that you join is going to be highly dependent on what your experience is going to be like with eXp. So it's important that you choose wisely, because ultimately what happens is once you choose which organization you join, if you want to decide that you want to join someone else, you basically have to leave eXp for a year before you can come back and join a different upline. And so it's very important to make sure that you are making the right decision if you are choosing to who your sponsor is going to be. So I'm going to kind of give you an example of what our sponsors look like, so you kind of see exactly what that may be, especially if someone's looking at partnering with us, everything like that, and show you why it's extremely important to make sure that you understand who your partners are. So for example, when you are interviewing a sponsor and you're having the conversation about joining the organization, find out, okay, who isn't above the upline. If they're not willing to tell you or they don't know, that's probably a red flag, right? So you probably want, they should know who's in their upline. If they don't, it's probably because they don't get any value from their upline, right? So again, extremely important. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys here. I just kind of give you a little bit of a little rundown of kind of an example. So first thing on here, hopefully you guys can see this. So this is all the training support that we give to all of our agents whenever they join our organization. This is everyone that is in our upline that are agents. If they join us and we are sponsors for them, they get direct access to from coaching, training, materials, all that stuff. So, and the great thing about our upline is everyone has got a different specialty. So no matter what someone's goals are, there is someone that has performed it at a very high level. First person on this list is Mike Sherrard. So whenever someone joins our organization, they get access to Mike Sherrard and his Wolfpack Social Agent Academy. So they get access to all his training, all his coaching, all his mentorship when it comes to social media. Mike has coached over 7,000 agents in real estate on social media. He's one of the top social media coaches in the country. So all of our agents get access to Mike Sherrard and his Social Agent Academy. Then also just recently, Mike also released a new training program for all of our agents called AI Agent Accelerator. The great thing about it, it's all plug and play system. So he's has videos in there, shows you exactly what to do. But then on top of that, he's written all the prompts out for you. So if you're someone like myself who's not very techy, it's easy to kind of plug in, because all you gotta basically do is copy and paste the technology, the prompts that he's already written, put it into ChatGPT, and it will go ahead and spit that out for you as well too. So now underneath Mike Sherrard, you have Ashley Bellevue. Ashley Bellevue is great from a support standpoint. She's also overseen 7,000 plus transactions, so she's seen a lot of things as well too. But one of the great things about her is she knows all the eXp systems. So typically when an agent joins an organization, she makes sure that all of they're dialed in with all the eXp systems, make sure all the systems are in place, and make sure that you kind of are paying attention to things that you need to pay attention to. But especially when someone joins eXp, you get bombarded with a whole bunch of emails, and it can get overwhelming. Well, what Ashley does is she's a 30-minute Zoom meeting that she sets up with you, gets everything set up, make sure that you're worried about the stuff that you need to worry about, and don't worry about the stuff you don't need to worry about, and she makes sure you're ready to go. That's something that a lot of uplines, struggle with in this industry, especially with eXp, is that they don't have the right type of onboarding in place. They just rely too much on it, and then typically their agents are not onboarded correctly to eXp. And so that's where Ashley comes in. That's her specialty when it comes to onboarding and training agents, especially in the eXp systems as well. She's also overseen 7,000 plus transactions. But when I say she's overseen 7,000 plus transactions, that's because she's the director of operations for Joshua Smith, and who sold over 7,000 homes. So whenever someone joins our organization, they also get access to Joshua Smith and his GSD Mode Mastery Bootcamp. He's also ranked one of the top 100 most influential people in real estate. So whenever an agent joins our organization, they not only get access to Mike Sherrard and all his coaching training programs, but they also get access to Joshua Smith's training program. So Joshua will basically train everything else outside social media. So, again, he sold over 7,000 homes. And one of the things I always talk about, especially if you're looking at bringing, hiring a coach to coach you in real estate, is you want to learn from someone who's done it at a very high level themselves. Again, Joshua Smith sold over 7,000 homes. So you think he's a good person to learn, how to sell homes from, It's a great person, right? Because he sold so many homes. I mean, his first year in real estate, he sold 48 homes just off open houses. Well, he gives you basically all the open house strategies in his training. And so all of our agents, all they have to do is basically follow the directions, do exactly what he tells you to do, and you're going to have that type of level of success as well too, as long as you're consistent and stick with the activity. So whenever someone joins us, they also get access to Joshua Smith and his training boot camp as well too. Then right underneath Josh, you have Armando and Alika Gomez. They created a remote realtor blueprint. So because they basically sell 70 plus homes a year while traveling half the year. And so whenever someone joins us, they get access to our business partners, Armando and Alika Gomez, training and everything like that. Armando's also managed ISA teams before. And he's a scripting cold calling guru. So if you're trying to figure out how to handle objections or something like that, he's a great person to talk to, right? Scripting is very important. Communication is extremely important, especially in the real estate industry. And so Armando and Malika provide that exact same type of level of training that you would get. Then there's myself. Of course, I'm a team leader myself. I have a real estate team called the Kumler Group. So for example, if you're looking at growing a high level team, a per person to learn from, because I can teach you exactly what I did in order to grow my team. Or if you're in the Phoenix area and you're looking at joining a team, we can give you access to that as well too. Or just from a personal mentorship coaching standpoint, you get access to me and myself as well. Of course, I've been, top 1% realtor in the country for multiple years when I was in personal production. And to add one extra level of support, especially if you're a brand new agent in this industry, we also basically assign you to an agent leader mentor, so you can learn from if you want to shadow someone in person. So you have an agent leader mentor. Typically do it by geographical locations. So if you're in different states, we'd find someone to help you with that. If you're in Arizona, then of course I got agents on my team that produce at a very high level. And so we basically assign you a sponsor who is a top leader mentor on our team. So you can see here, this is why it's extremely important. Now, again, like I mentioned, the great thing about everyone that's in our organization is we're all kind of aligned in the same vision, which is basically providing 10 times the value at 1/10 the cost. Now, there are a lot of other organizations that you might be paying training for, or you might cost you a lot of money to be part of their organizations. With us, every time someone joins us, they get all of this coaching and training absolutely free just for joining our organization. There's no cost to join our, there's monthly fee or anything like that to join our organization. You get this training just for joining eXp. So hopefully this helps. Like I said, especially with a lot of our training too, all of our training, a lot of our training's in video library format as well too, which is also extremely important. Because then what happens is you can gotta go ahead and plug in. And actually, I'll kind of show you here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and show you just kind of all the platforms, all of our trainings on, just to kind of get a little bit of an idea. So you can kind of see here's Social Agent Academy. You got Mike Sharda's AI Agent Accelerator stuff. You have all the social media YouTube stuff as well too. In here, which is extremely powerful and beneficial. And then, of course, in school, Josh, you have all of his classroom stuff and everything's like that that's set up as well, too. So all of our agents get access to all his training, all his coaching, and everything else just for joining our organization. So there's a lot of different things in here. And then, of course, even take one step further, we have our own personal team classrooms as well. This shows you everything that you have in here, and we have a kind of onboarding process. So example, if you're growing a team, you join our organization, we give you access to all of our coaching and training as well too, and show you exactly the tools that we use in order to grow our team at the high level that we have. So hopefully this helps. Like I said, what's really important to note is that whenever you are joining eXp, the organization that you join is going to be highly dependent on the experience that you have. And so even if you're with eXp before and you maybe didn't have a good experience, well, it's probably because you didn't join the right organization, right? And so you want to make sure you're joining the right organization from the get-go. Hopefully that helps, especially when it comes to picking who your sponsor is going to be within eXp. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, my cell phone number is 623-387-2688. Or I'll also go ahead and put my Calendly link below. If you click on a Calendly link, you can go ahead and schedule a Zoom meeting with me to hop on a one-on-one Zoom meeting where we'll dive a little bit deeper into everything we provide and see if maybe a partnership might make a whole lot of sense. So hope you guys all have an amazing day. Talk to you later. Bye.